What do you do when you've been sexually rejected? Ouch! Hello, you my love. I hope that you're doing well, and chances are, if you're watching this video, things are not so good. And you know what? I've been there, and I'm gonna share with you how this not only happens to men, but surprisingly, no bullshit, happens to us ladies too. Now, if you're new here, let me introduce myself. My name is Arica Angelo, and here we talk about women. We talk about sex, obviously, attraction, relationships. So listen, I do these videos all the time, but you're never gonna know unless you subscribe and you turn on that notification bell. Also, as you may know, if you watched my last video, I am here in France. So if you wanna follow my journey of being in France and living here for the month, then make sure you stay to the very end because I'll show you some really cool clips of France. Listen, being sexually rejected is not an easy thing. It almost feels like when a person rejects us sexually, it feels like a rejection of our person, of our identity. And that shit cuts deep. And let me just say, like, this doesn't just happen to men. No bullshit, it really does happen to us ladies. I've had it happen before. Oh, and you know what? I wish I could say it only happened to me once, but no, it's happened several times. And I'm saying, listen, as a woman or a man, whatever the case, when someone rejects us sexually, man, that hurts. So let's just get right into it. Why would someone reject you sexually? If you're new to sex and dating, chances are if a woman rejected you, she felt some awkwardness with you sexually. She didn't feel like you were very comfortable with your sexuality. You were not very comfortable with touching her body. And so that kind of like shut her down. And so she was just like, she's not going to come out and tell you that. Most women are not going to be that direct about it. They're going to make excuses as to why you guys should just be friends. So if that's the scenario that you're in, you're like, you know what, Arica, it's true. I know I'm not sexually experienced. And I'm hearing you say this. I can see that's probably what happened here. So what do you do with that? You know, there are a couple things. Obviously, watching tons of videos here on YouTube is a way to start to learn how to explore your sexuality. Here's another cool thing you can do. Sometimes you can just meet a woman who is more comfortable in her sexuality. And having an open conversation with a woman like that who's very secure with herself. Just saying, listen, like, I would love to explore sexuality with you. What do you think about that? There are women out there who are very comfortable in their bodies, and you know, it's kind of a challenge for her of, I can teach him sexually. So if you don't have experience, I would say start getting educated by watching more videos on YouTube and, you know, be comfortable. I said this in my last video, be comfortable with your own body. I feel like so many of us, men, women, have been shamed with our sexuality, and sexuality is such a personal and intimate subject. And whether you grew up in a religious place or wherever your background, you had very strong parents. So many of you men, your mom told you to be like a nice guy, but she never ever, or your dad, no one ever talked to you about your sexuality. And so here you are. We've all been there. So what I'm saying is, you know, find someone who is more comfortable with their sexuality and tell them, I want to explore my sexuality with you. And here I'm in Europe, so people here are very open with their sexuality. So if you're really hungry for it, then pack your bags and move to Europe. And no, that's not why I moved to France for the month, not to explore my sexuality. Although I could say some things about that. The next thing is this. A woman doesn't feel secure and safe with you as a man. Oh, that's really, really hard. You know, if you are in a really hard place right now and you're really unsure of yourself, a woman's gonna feel that energy and it's gonna I don't want to say repulse her, that's a very strong word, but it's going to keep her at bay. And so just being cognizant of that. If you are going through a hard time, that women do feel your energy. Not saying that you can't ever go through a hard time, but maybe instead of pursuing women sexually, maybe you should get yourself together first before you go out trying to explore women. And if you're in a relationship, like obviously that changes. Like relationships, if you're going through a hard time, you can communicate with the person and say, listen, this is what's going on. I know you can feel my nervous energy. It's probably turning you off, but I want to be transparent about it. But when you're just dating, that intimacy is not established, so you may not be able to have that kind of dialogue. You can always take a chance and take a risk. But I would encourage you to get more settled in yourself before you go out trying to explore women sexually. Here's the other thing. I'm just gonna shoot you really straight. Sometimes women, we go through shit in our life, and so we're not feeling good in our body. And I'll just shoot you straight. There was this beautiful guy that I was hanging out with, and he wanted to be intimate, and I just could not go there. Like, I was having some allergy issues with my body, so my belly was bloating. I was going through a really hard time financially, and I was just feeling really shit, not only about my body, but about my living situation. And so, you know, I just was not feeling sexual. And so sometimes I just want to encourage you guys, it's not always you. Maybe it's not the things that I just said, and maybe it's something going on with her. And you just have to understand that you're not always going to nail it with people. And so if she's going through a rough time, chances are she is not going to want to open her body to you. No reflection of you. This was no reflection of that guy. It was just, I was in a really unsettled, insecure place in my life, and I just did not want to be intimate with him. Now, if you are new here and you have not taken my attraction quiz, let me tell you, this will really help you kind of pinpoint where you are with women. Maybe you've been single for a while and you're like, I just can't figure it out. All my friends say I'm such a good guy, but why am I still single? Take that attraction quiz, because it'll really start pointing you in the right direction of where you can grow and improve, so that you don't have to be the good guy that's always single. Okay, now I will tell you where I was rejected. One time I was with this guy and we were dating, and I remember we went to a movie theater and I was like feeling it, you know, I was like in the mood. And so I started like, you know, touching him and trying to get like, you know, flirty with him in the middle of the movie theater. I mean, what guy would not love that? You know what he said? Arica, can you just stop? Can we just enjoy the movie? Oh my gosh, as a woman, that was crushing. And then I had another relationship with a guy where he was just had some real intimacy issues, and it was to the point where the guy could not hold my hand. And I was like, wait a minute, we're not even making out here. You can't even hold my hand. He was really shut down intimately. And, you know, the more I got to know more of his story, I realized that there was some severe brokenness there. So I'm just saying that this does not just happen to you guys, that I personally have experienced this, and there are other women who have experienced this. So let me tell you, you are not alone in this. But if it is some issue with you not being comfortable with your sexuality, get educated, find a woman that you can practice with if she's open to that. But get really comfortable with touching your own body so that you feel like you have the permission, period, with your sexuality. So as I said, I want to show you some footage of me here in France and figuring out a dilemma, because living abroad, it definitely comes with its challenges. So I will share with you my journey here in France. And also, if you've not subscribed, make sure you subscribe right now, my love, and turn on that notification bell. All right, enjoy watching me figure out my dilemma. Okay guys, if you've watched my last video, you know I am living in France for the month, and you saw my last dilemma. I was trying to figure out the best place to get a pain au chocolat, which are my favorite. So today I have another challenge to pay. Look at this guy in the background. The beach is behind me as well. So to pay for my place that I'm renting, the people don't use PayPal, and so they want cash. Here's the problem. This whole town that I'm in, the banks do not exchange American dollars for euros. They're like, oh, you have to go to another town that's an hour away. Yeah, I'll get right on that. Not. So there is one place that's supposed to be, it's called La Poste, and apparently they exchange American dollars for euros. So let's see if I can get this accomplished. Otherwise, I don't know how I'm gonna pay for my place. That's gonna be a problem. We'll see. Stay tuned. Oh, also apparently this place right here has some of the best crepes, which I have not had yet. And also the other video, you guys, someone asked about my shoes. I don't know why you want to see my shoes, but you can. Can you see those? There, those are my shoes. Okay, yes. Get money, stay focused, Arica. Okay, apparently this is the place that will exchange with the post office, but for whatever reason, I've been told that they'll exchange my American dollars for euros. Let's see. Oh, that was fast. Apparently they do not. So, okay. We shall figure this out. We shall indeed. But meanwhile, it's a cute little town, isn't it? Very cute. If only you could exchange money here. It'd be even cuter. Okay guys, I'm back at my place. So basically what I did was I had to find a friend that I could PayPal American dollars to, and then they're gonna give me euros so that I can pay for my rent. And man, PayPal gave it to me up the backside with no KY jelly. They really rate me on the fees. It's bullshit, but whatever. Capitalism, gotta get paid. So that's my France dilemma. So traveling, it's not always easy breezy. Sometimes you run into challenges and you have to find solutions. It's part of the game. I love you guys.